when we're ready to do a surgical procedure on our axolotls, we've got to get them into the MS-222 so that they will be anesthetized. So you can there's a couple ways to do this. In the smaller containers, usually we just go over a sink and dump them out, and then replace with fresh aerated water while they're in here and dump them into the MS-222. In a larger one, you can just catch the axolotl very easily in the net. Because they are not that active, they do not need very much oxygen or very much food because they're cold-blooded, and so they survive just well as long as they are in a moist area. Like all amphibians, their skin needs to stay moist because they breathe partially through their skin, through their moist skin. So their blood supply is aerated not only through their gills, which are the feathers behind their neck, but so they don't have gills like a fish has, they have external gills. And so we can leave an axolotl in the net, in this moist net, for a few minutes with absolutely no harm or discomfort coming to the axolotl. So we've got one of our axolotls in MS-222 right here. I've got it tilted on its side so that it will, so I don't have to use as much. The axolotl isn't going to jump out of this bowl. It's happy to stay in the water. The MS-222 is always kept in the fridge, so it's sort of ice cold, and again, being amphibians, they take on their external body temperature, so their temperature is the same as the environment. So he's basically going to sleep because of the cold, but also because of the anesthetic. So you can see that right now this guy is upside down. How do I know he's a boy? Skinny along the trunk here, and relatively large on each side here of the cloaca. Notice that he's upside down. Axolotls do not like to be upside down, but he's so far gone, so far anesthetized, he doesn't realize he's upside down. So what I like to do to make sure that they're fully anesthetized and will not feel any pain from the surgery is to poke and prod their sensitive parts. You look at that, he bent a little to get away, but not very much. He didn't try to swim away from me, for example. So if I poke and prod him, you can see that he's not fully anesthetized. So we'll give it another few minutes, and as we get closer and closer to full anesthetization, we'll want to check every minute or so to make sure that it doesn't get over-anesthetized. We don't want the heart to stop beating, etc. We just want to make sure that the axolotl is fully and truly under and asleep.